So today I am going to be changing my team quite a bit. So I was running this. I've tested a different version of my fire team, replacing Seymour with Lorenzo. And it seemed very interesting. It seemed like it had some potential. And replacing her passive to give her one more square of range. That's something we have in our back pocket that seems fun. But what I think I'll be doing today is this team. Because honestly, I don't play ranged very well. I don't have a good ability to count the enemy range whenever I fight them. I am better at advancing into an enemy with a bulky team, just like I did last season, so that's what I'll go for. So we just have a very bulky Esther with 1100 HP, 48% slash resist, good physical resistances across the board, and hopefully that's going to work out well. And what I like about her is even against the Earth team, they don't really have good tools to deal with her. They have to hit her and eventually take her down. We also have a Cloud because they chain together. Exactly, Machen. I'm bad at counting too many squares, so that's it. And then we have a Lorenzo who's really just there for haste and Keenblade, and then potentially removing Courage. He does have good slash and missile resistance though, so he should not be too squishy against some types of attacks. So we've changed our starting positions. Let's go in. I've practiced, like I said, a couple times the team. It seemed really strong. Something that's scary for me is fighting light evasion because my Esther does have an LX range, so some accuracy in her build, but she has, in terms of rune sets, I gave her an HP set and an agility set. So that was to help her counter basically every other team. But against light teams, I've seen somewhere around 40% of accuracy. So that could be an issue. I do have buffs and other stuff I can use. But depending how it plays out, that could definitely be a way to lose, is just missing them. Hey, Palladius, thank you. So we are fighting Jeume, Cloud, Phoebe. That's definitely going to be interesting. So here's my starter moves. I begin like this. I don't move immediately. And I look at their stuff. So they have Jeume, Araman, Fred's Dream, Agility, Attack Up. Doesn't feel that threatening compared to what I have, but I could get popped by a Cloud and surprise that. Yeah, I don't know whether, if you're talking about light, I don't know whether light is going to be rare. I would be surprised if it was. Because, you know, light, quite common, but we'll see. I could be surprised. And the way my team is built is my Cloud initially has 30 AoE resistance before his buffs. So what I do is I begin using Dragon's Pride, and then I use Punisher mode to get him to 55 AoE resistance. And with that, he can rush forward alongside Esther, and they're both very tanky against enemy hits. So that's really the design around it. And then hopefully you just hit the enemy team with massive amounts of damage and take them out. So Top Flight, not moving forward just yet. I'm going to start hasting Esther as well, so we have 2 hasted members. I move into a position where I can give everybody a shield. Cloud on his end is going to use Punisher mode. Advance by 2 squares. 2 people in your guild were using... Oh gosh, really? I hope we don't see a lot more of this. It's not fun. It wasn't fun to play against yesterday. But we'll see. You fought against a similar team yesterday? Yeah, that's one of the issues. I haven't even published it on YouTube yet, but one of the issues is as soon as this happened on my stream, a lot of live PvP players started breaking it down, and in a way it brings awareness to the strategy, even if it's not necessarily something I would like. Yeah, exactly, Kayla-G. When somebody has triple haste in your face, it gets scary very quickly. So she does not know whether she should advance or not. They do have Keen Blade. They could end up building a pretty big chain on my team if they wanted to. Against them, I'm considering using Esther's other barrier, honestly, because they only have physical attacks, so it could be worth to just throw down the magnetic force for some extra AoE resistance on everybody. Is that good enough, or should I just use Storm Guardian? I think I'll go for the Storm Guardian, because Cloud already has AoE resist, so might as well. So I can place her here. Here's probably better. Yeah, haste, if the enemy does not have their own version of it, is really, really good. So barrage doesn't really do much to her. That's fine. And then what's the difference in height? It's 2 to 3, so I can be here. But it doesn't really bring me any advantage over here. So let's do this. Soldier's Honor. And then technically this is where I would Keen Blade from. But I'm not sure it's worth it in the current positions that we have. I am out of triple hit range. I'm just going to renew the haste on Cloud for now. And I'll keep the Keen Blade for once we've engaged. Normally what they're going to want to do is haste their Cloud and then use Keen Blade from him. But I feel like if it's just a barrage into a Jeume hit, I don't die from it. So I don't know how big a threat that is. I guess we'll see. Current CT 40, 37. We are in a scenario where we could get lapped. Quicken? Yeah. If I see a Quicken work, I will absolutely consider that cheating. It's not supposed to be a thing. So, okay, Jeume does bump the Keen Blade, perfect. And doesn't feel like it gives them too big of an edge, so that's fine. I don't think he'll have enough overflow to lap. Well, he might, but after he's lapped, I'll have a shot. So that could be barrage on everybody. Nope, decides not to pull the trigger. I wonder, so he just used Keen Blade into essentially nothing. You did see somebody cast Quicken? I guess they didn't read the rule set. It's fairly easy. It feels like half the class match seasons it's banned. Alright, so we are about to hit. One issue, quote unquote, that my team could have is I don't have bells on anybody. So if I fight somebody that uses AP Drain, or anything that costs me a lot of AP to take down the enemies, that could end up being an issue. In this case, I believe I want to Stormbrand her. Although decreasing single target resistance might not be worth it, honestly. So maybe I should just use, you know what, I'll just Bolting Impact. No, she has a barrier. Oh well. Too late. I hesitated too long, so we'll use this for now. Just a setup move. It wasn't the best of setup moves, but it is what it is. I don't think she can kill Lorenzo. He's got 50% slash resist. And 20 defense. I feel like he's just going to survive whatever she tries to do. And then he can Keen Blade on Cloud. So I made a bit of a mistake positioning Esther here, because there was no reason moving her out of my range. Out of Lorenzo's range. Now, should I hit Esther, or should I try to go for their Cloud? Let's see if I can kill them first. I definitely cannot do anything to their backline, so there's really no use. I'll just stay here. Ascension her would break the barrier, or I can triple slash, or I could Brave her for a setup move as well. Let's see how much Braver does. They still recommend Ascension. Alright, so in the face of all this evidence, I will apparently skip my turn. What? Didn't feel like the timer was running out here. Did I click wrong? Oh well. It's not the end of the world at this current position, but it definitely doesn't help me. So now Cloud decides to Ascension Esther, which is going to go through her barrier. It also means I need to barrier her up again at that point. Their Cloud has a lot more AP than mine. Now I could Ascension Cloud, which is more tempting. Yep, that is a one-shot unless he reflexes, so yep, no reflex, so that's really good. So him moving into Esther like this was a bit weird. I thought he would maintain his distance away from my Cloud. The fact he chose not to kind of throws the game for him, because if he has haste on Phoebe, he doesn't have full life. So he doesn't really have a way of bringing her back. Now at this point, I'll just Keyblade. Potentially lap with my Cloud. Increase the slash attack no matter what. So it wasn't the lap, but now they're aligned. Cloud into Esther, which should be enough to take down Jeume. Bye Cloud? Yeah. So I really enjoy... I haven't played Cloud before. I know he's been coming in class matches, but for me it's the first time I'm playing him. And I feel like him engaging with Ascension is just crazy, because the damage this ability has allows you to just one-punch people. So it's really solid. So, Braver, slash res down, no need to move, because that would waste some CT. And that attack into a finisher from Esther should be it. Or just that. I'm not especially scared of giving Esther a turn, this lady a turn. All I'll do is I'll decrease her AoE resistance. Is that really necessary though? Nah. Let's just play it safe. Keep hasting. Yeah, exactly. So against Light Evade, I have basically Esther who's immune to their damage, and Cloud who's accurate. I kind of would need a combination of both, but this is what I have. So she uses AP Drain, which means Cloud will now be out of AP for this turn. Not ideal, but at that point it doesn't make a difference. Finish with Lorenzo, Palladius. No, I don't want to start that trend where I try to get flashy finishes. I just want to win my matches. So we do have one down in the bag. Alright, fight number 2, what do we get? One thing I struggle with is managing my haste. I feel like my haste wears off pretty early. And now we fight Xerias, who is an experienced manual player. I'm very curious to see what they bring. I am expecting a Fred probably over... Yeah, oh boy. Frederika, Leela, and...
No need for chit-chat. Here I come.
Cloud. That could be a scary team.
Faster, faster.
Let's see, where are they, first of all? They are right across the board from us. What are their vision cards? Scorpion Sentinel, Black Rose. So their Leela is really a support Leela. She won't do much damage. And they have a more offensive and fast setup than we do. But it's fine. Incoming CB 2.0. I would be surprised, Kaloji, because well, first of all, I took a turn, but also, I don't think they can pull it off that well with that setup. Or I hope they can't pull it off that well. But maybe, if they can reach, they're gonna do it. So maybe he would Keenblade immediately into CT average. Yeah, I think that's what they're counting right now. Nope, it's Revitalize. So they just have infinite AP. One edge they have over my team, I guess. Knight's Blessing. It's interesting that they would move into me. Typically, teams avoid moving if they're going to do something like this. But I am fine with it. I'll use Strickland's Pride. I believe I want to stay in place right now, so I have better turn. But if I move here, I will lap, reach there, and be able to triple hit them. Is that worth it? I believe it is. I believe it is. It's Risky move, but it seems like a good one to me. The reason it's so risky is I still haven't put up a barrier on anybody. Yeah, I could get reflexed. That's definitely a threat.
I owe you.
Because they all have it. I put Ascension. They still recommend Ascension, interestingly enough. I'm very tempted to just pop Fred. I think I'll do that. Triple Slash would have been good for dealing damage to everybody, but if I can just take out one, it's very much worth it. Because now they have to deal with a hasted Esther.
You can do it.
It's not necessarily a GG already, because they will kill my Cloud. My Cloud does not even have a barrier on currently. But we did take out the long-range threat that they had. So yeah, they're going to Axiom into whatever their Cloud wants to do to finish me off. So that much is a bit scary, but we'll see what happens then. Then I'm going to Keenblade, so they kind of have to move away. Right now, Leela is out of the range of my Esther. But not Cloud. So if Cloud doesn't move away after hitting mine, he's in trouble. Oh, he did not have the damage. Never mind, they are very much in trouble. Did not move. I would have recommended moving here because I can Surging Storm him. Or Bunny Bolt Blitz. I'll use the Surging Storm, it is a barrier breaker. Now, Lorenzo, lagging far behind, is just going to haste himself, so he can potentially follow the other guys. And I can not do anything because I'm out of AP. I wonder if capping the chain is enough for a kill here. Or if I should move back. Leela is going to be able to finish me off, it won't matter too much, so I'll just do this. Procs the reflex. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's a shame. Still, they have to burst through her afterwards. I did put up her 50% barrier. It won't affect Leela's attacks, but I feel like she won't have the damage. Cloud does not have the movement to get away from me. And their Leela, again, not a setup where Leela has good stats. Their setup has a 1200 magic Leela. Uses Iaroga for 3k, not a big threat just yet.
Let's see how you deal with this.
I believe I should just kill Leela from here. While continuing to rush this guy. Yeah, that's a certain hit, certain kill. Well, we've seen Leela's damage. It's not like it's that bad. But Cloud could reflex. I don't want him to do that, so I'll just do this first. At this point, it's 2 down. Lorenzo will keep being useless because I did rush my entire team away from him. Oh, alright. Well, GG, Xeriez. So we are 2-2 so far today. Alright, we queue up for match number 3. So far, these have been going pretty quickly, so let's see what we get here. We get TBU, former guildmate of mine. TBU, typically very high performer. You can't imagine running your Astrius into Esther. I have yet to see any water team this CM, but apparently they are very, very common. Ah, see, an Astrius. There we go. So Astrius, Haste, and Aranea. The Aranea one seems pretty threatening, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Can you keep up?
I'll have to take a look at their vision cards, and I guess Aranea has Keenblade, Indomitability Plus. He is going to be able to do okay-ish damage against Esther. They are really more set up for some water damage, from what I can see here.
I'll get the bad guys.
But let's see. Alright, let's haste, probably. Oh no, they do have good Ice Vision cards as well. So they just have an overall solid setup. I will throw down Dragon's Blade, and what if I move here? Am I in their range immediately? I mean, I am if they use Keen Blade, but I think I'll pop mine first. So I'll go here. What I wonder is, can I pop Astrius quickly? And I think I need at least 3 hits because of his courage and his good resistances. So it could be scary. Dragon Standard. They don't have a barrier on everyone yet.
I'm itching for a proper fight.
So there we go. We're gonna haste Esther. Do that setup you've seen previously. I wonder if I should give myself extra AP here, or extra AoE resistance. But I think Punisher mode first. Just in case they somehow pull off the trigger first. And then, should I move or should I not? Yeah, according to the turn order, I will play again right after Lorenzo if I do move. But they're all gonna have a chance to hit me, which is not something I want. So they decide to haste the haster first, which is an interesting thing. It's not something I see that often. So here it's a Knight's Blessing
Follow me.
into advancing. And then from here they can hit me with 1, potentially 2. I do think my bulk will be good. So yeah, this seems good to me. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, beware of the cross-shape AoE. Yes and no, Kayla, because the cross-shape AoE, while it is going to do serious damage, is not his limit break. It doesn't set him up for the second turn. I think he really needs to find a way to pull the limit break if he wants to have a good shot. So they are moving away from me, which is a weird place to be because with Cloud, I can hit them across this area with Barrage if I want to, which is probably what I'll want to do now. If I move here, let's see. Yeah, I can't reach from here. I do with this, frankly, the damage isn't worth it. He is definitely protecting his Astrius, and to be honest, it is what he should. So I'm going to use this. Let's see, now they're going to haste their final member. Every one of them is going to have extra movement, extra other stuff. I wonder if I should Keen Blade at that point, or if it's not the right timing. What's their current CT? I think it's not right the time. What's the best chance for Astrius to engage? It might very well be now, but how are they going to kill this? I don't know. I'm feeling fairly confident in engaging into them like this. I did again do the mistake where I moved out of Keen Blade range though, so that's something I need to be wary of. But look at that, 70 defense, 55 spirit, those crazy good resistances, 30% water res. I don't think they can do much in terms of damage against her. So that's why she's in front over the Cloud that will take massive damage. 70 defense is because of the, what's the word? 70 defense is Sentinel. So normally she doesn't have that. Lorenzo did haste himself as well. Unfortunately not that fast compared to the other guys. Equalizer incoming. Yeah, Equalizer definitely incoming. I'm just a bit afraid of Cloud getting popped in a weird way, but we'll see. Right now, I can throw Cloud here if I want to, and he won't be in range, which is kind of sad. From here, I can barrage this guy for fairly low damage, or barrage two people, again for fairly low damage. I think I'll do it from here, because I'm really far. Or nah, is that really worth it? It is worth, no, it's not worth. It's bad. No, Raindale, don't skip your turn. Oh, rip, I'm bad. What I needed to do here was just reactivate Dragon's Pride. It was the move for me. I need to poke him once, so that after that, I can force him to fight me. That's essentially the game plan here. But it's fine, we'll get there. Just give me a couple turns to catch up to him. He's used only 2 of his casted haste, so he's similar to me. He's gonna have an infinite amount of them. And something that's to my advantage because of the way he plays this is that as long as he stalls, I can generate AP. Like, look at his AP count. He's got more than I do, for sure. So for me, these turns where I cast buffs do give me something else that I can do. If I go here, I can hit her once for really quite not great damage. Doesn't feel very worth doing. They're all physical, aren't they? I'll just use magnetic force here. Wait for my other guys to catch up.
I'll try really hard.
Alright, so from here, I don't think she can hit a Cloud that's sitting there, to be honest. She can with High Wind, actually, but is that going to be a kill? Probably. So I'll sit here instead for that little bit of extra safety.
I've got your
I
back.
owe you.
I'm very afraid of High Wind just one-shotting Cloud, but he does have a lot of AoE resistance. It should be fine. Dragon Standard Renewal. Now their haste should be about to run out. I think Astrius' haste runs out now, so he's going to use his second cast of Dragon's Pride. Yeah, it took so long before getting another permanent pool unit. TBU, you are now in the corner. I will eventually engage. He stayed in Esther's range, which is a comfortable position for me. So Lorenzo goes. What is the CT? 55 to 44, so I will be able to play first with Cloud. He will be able to reach here in Ascension, and once she is dead, there's no way for Astrius to clear us. So I believe we've got this in the bag now. It took a while to line it up, but now we are good to go and we can start attacking. I'll just have to Bunny Bolt Blitz first, which I don't like in terms of AP management, but is not the end of the world. I will skip the animation, not because I don't like it, but I just don't want to put more of a strain on my emulator here.
Hey, hey.
Good luck, thank you, Wenja boy. Alright, and then I run to here, and I finish her off. So that is one down, and mostly it's the ice threat now. Now it's up to an Astrius to somehow kill my other guys. And I don't think he can do it, to be fair. The looming threat of the blue stacks, yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate to always have that in mind, but, you know, I would be very sad to lose a game to it. Yeah, one hell of a poke. One down. I mean, I knew it took me 2 hits to kill anybody, because these two guys, one into the other, do crazy chain damage. It's the reason why I am afraid of Earth, but I think we have a fighting chance, because with a chain, we will do significant damage. Oh, look at how little damage that guy did. That is what I expected. So from here, I can Surging Storm him for 1 punch. He does have courage though, so he's still alive for now. And then we can chain that with then... Why would Ascension be recommended? I would love to just triple slash, please. Cost 100 unit? Oh, he's definitely a good cost 100 unit. It's just that this specific team is kind of nuts. And I feel like having, initially I thought having Kane's TMR and somebody who cast Haste was a bit overkill. I thought it would not do well for me. But after that I realized how good it is because the Haster unit only has 5 casts. And that takes you to basically 7 casts across your entire team. So that really feels like a big change. So 3 done for the day. Alright. I guess we queue up for the next. So far, so good. I wonder what we'll face now. It's funny, this season, we haven't fought any auto player yet. So I guess we're, like, the manual players are getting starved by having matches only every 2 months. And now they actually do queue up like this. So we are fighting Noblesse, another Frederika player. You French. You just like to pretend you don't have Dragon. Well, Dragon's Pride is broken as hell. So we see the same setup, and are they set up for cheese? I wonder.
Here I come.
They're not set up for cheese, so not too bad. Man, I wonder why this team is so common. Are people afraid of lightning? I guess they are. So let's look at their vision cards this time. This time they have an actual attack. Yeah, they have an attack Leela, but weaker speed. Weaker speed against us could very well be to our advantage. Let's see how we leverage it.
Alright then, here we go.
Yeah, they've got to be afraid of water. They can't swim. That's the only explanation I can find. But yeah, the thing about their team is it relies on AoE damage massively normally. So you would have to use barrages and Iarogas, and with a 55% AoE resistance cloud, I don't feel too threatened by that. Meanwhile, my Esther does have really good single target attacks. Or I can just Ascension Cloud to take him out, but they can do the same to mine. So I guess it's a two-way threat. We do have the advantage of haste, which is pretty big. So now we're gonna haste Lady Esther.
Hey, pull yourself together.
Where can these guys move? It's always the same question. I can Keenblade these 3 squares. So I'll use Punisher mode. Then I can move... Well, I'll move here for now. Or here. Is he gonna pull the trigger immediately? Frankly, he could. It would be fine if he did, because he'll be out of AP by then. I can move her here. Throw down the Knight's Blessing on only 2. Maybe I'm advancing too quickly here. So maybe the 40%, 55% AoE resistance is not enough to actually survive their attacks. If it isn't, I may have made a mistake. But we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to tell. Yeah, he's got good missile res, he's got some lightning res, he's got some AoE res. I think he's fine. I think they won't choose to pull the trigger. The obstacle in the middle will block missiles from the gunner jobs, the missile attacks that need to be in a line, but it will not block attacks from bows. So if you're using a ranger type ability, you can shoot over it, but not if you're using a gunner type ability. It's a bit weird, but that's the way it goes. Or Laz, are you saying you can shoot over it with any ability? Because to be honest, I haven't tried a gunner in this map, so maybe I just don't know. But I imagine if they are obstacle, that's what they would do. Now Cloud could go forward by himself or could wait for a Lorenzo boost. If I go forward, I don't do too much damage. So I feel like it's not worth it immediately. Would it be though? I'll use this.
I owe you.
I'll be patient. Okay, so yeah, you just said shoot over, and you said it right. That's true. That's very, very true. Gunners do not shoot over. Now, Esther can go. She is not in range yet, as far as I can tell. Yeah, not in range. But will lap, so I'll just do the waiting game. I don't know what Leela is casting. Protect. Fine with me. Now I can move this guy here. Barrage is the recommendation. To be fair, I prefer triple slashing. Nope, doesn't do much. So then I guess Ascension it is. It puffs his barrier at the very least. No reflex. Thank you. Thank you, game, for not screwing me over with a reflex here. And now I should be able to get in line for the AoE attack that cancels reactions. So Bunny Bolt Blitz is a good idea, but there is one of them in there that's an AoE that I don't know the name of. Bolting Slice. Ooh, might not kill if it doesn't crit. Never mind, I'm not taking this risk. I'm gonna limit break. You'll take your ban anytime. No, that was quite funny. So we are going to throw out the bunny. Unfortunately, not take out one of them, but that's fine. Now we are out of haste on both team members, which is kind of the issue of the way I play it, is when I engage, my haste runs out. But if I get the first hit on multiple people, it doesn't matter. Here, I don't think they have a good way to recover. They don't have the damage to kill my guys. That's one thing we haven't seen too much in the matches, is look at how little damage Cloud took. Everyone on my team is very, very bulky. So that definitely helps. Lorenzo stuck to the back, trying to buff himself again. Leela might be able to kill Cloud if she uses Axiom. If she uses the single target ability attack that she has, that could be lethal. But typically, I've seen Axioms do 4k. 4.4. Sorry, I can't talk. 4.4k. I guess we won't see what that was, but one kill. Esther lacking juice? If you say so. I feel like she does a pretty damn good job. Now, that's the case for Cross Slash Plus. 79% hit chance is enough for me. We get her. She's out. And we are en route to finish off the last one. Bolting Impact. She cannot reflex anymore because we turned that off. No, we did not turn that off, actually. Because we used the limit break instead. But, doesn't matter. They are down. Okay. Let's, final match. Let's give it a shot. What am I expecting? This team is brutal? Yeah, Mei-Chen. This team feels very brutal. Like I said, against Earth, naturally I'm going to struggle, but also against light evasion. So it's really what I hope I don't face too often. This time we faced an Odo team, so we do get our, I guess, free match of the 2 days. I will try to get it over with as soon as I can, just because of the looming BlueStacks threat.
No need for chit-chat.
So, yeah, we'll just play it as fast as we can. We'll do our standard opening. It is a good one. This time we'll move Cloud ahead immediately. Paid actor. Certainly a paid actor. Certainly.
I'm itching
I don't know who he's paid for though, because I'm too cheap to pay people. Alright, let's go. Come and hit me with your best tank. Oh, that's sweet. Physical magic shield.
Hey, pull yourself together.
Fast cast protection. Yeah, I think everybody's going to be afraid to fight a team like this, to be perfectly frank. I think the team is pretty damn threatening. I need to move here, use Knight's Blessing on Cloud. Yeah, please don't snipe me, Laz. You're pretty solid player. I would be very afraid to see what happens if you did. Storm Guardian, and then move into their range. Or nah, just wait. Just give myself more AP. This is also not build versus evade. Well, yes and no. Cloud is incredible versus evade. Lorenzo removes their courage and re-raise, so you take down their extra lives. But Esther is not the most accurate. So that's mostly why I say it's not incredibly accurate.
I prefer it fair and square.
Not a kill. She's bulky.
You're not supposed to hurt.
Supercharge, really. Allow me to decline respectfully and just throw a sharpshoot or something. Yeah. Alright. You'd get destroyed because you're running water? Oh, is that so? Yeah, that would be to my advantage for sure.
Hey, pull yourself together.
No reflex. Pop him too. Yeah, I'll say the same thing you said, Mei-Chen. This team, if you let it do its thing, it just runs people over. Ah, rip, I don't reach. Guess I'm just gonna sharpshoot. Crit. Alright, there we go. 5 and 5 for day 2. So much better day than the first.